Welcome back to Game 3. I like third, so I'm glad we have a Game 3. We're going to anyway, so I'm excited we're here right now. I'm Riv, that's Raz. We are back with the 2020 Spring Academy Playoffs, and I'm excited for Game 3. We at TSM came out swinging full in Game 1, and Cloud9, a little patched up for Game 2. They came out like, Adrian! They're in there.
Let's go. I love that adaptation, man. I'm enjoying the fact that it really does feel like a tit for tat.
Yeah.
Our quarterfinals are just hard stomps. And I guess, the last semifinals we had with Dig Academy and EG Academy had at least like a game being played where it went to 4 games. But it really feels like Cloud9 Academy and TSM Academy are so close to each other. So this is the best shot we got for a Game 5, in my opinion. This is looking good.
I'm excited. Like, looking at how everyone has played, it's been from different spots on the map. We saw Dokla in Game 1 and the rest of the squad coming up quite hard for TSM. And then Palafox back on the block. LeBlanc said, no, it wasn't this. I'm going to play LeBlanc well. He played the LeBlanc well, and everybody started to step up across the board there for the side of Cloud9. So everybody's warmed up. Everyone's fresh. We're in the Game 3. No excuses. Every game leaves it on the Rift, but even more so as we get down to the wire on this series.
Yeah, that's going to be a really tough post game for TSM to have a conversation about and what to do better, because they were in the driver's seat. Like, they had full control of the early game, and it was really just constantly getting picked off, not being on the right side of the map from both Spica, mostly Spica, but Treats, and I would also say it was actually just those two that made it really difficult for them to keep their lead. So it's going to be tough to really talk about, because it was more so like conceptually they were on the same page, but it just kind of blanked out and made very avoidable errors. So Game 3, let's see if TSM comes in a lot more disciplined.
Well, the ban's looking very, very similar. We do see TSM on the blue side this game for the first time of the series, and they are going to go ahead and ban Truly. Somewhat the same bans as we set out there, which means Horn is going to be the top one. That's the first big priority. Dokla feels good on that, and he's been controlling the game from the top lane, so it's a great pick for the team.
Yeah, Cloud9 had the opportunity to go for a Senna for Ornn trade, but no team wants to go Senna into Ornn because you just lack so much DPS into the brutish tanks in team fights, so it's a good call. A lot of the times when you see Senna into Ornn comps, you usually have to pick something like an Azir, like something out of your mid lane, or a Ryze. That's easy to counter and play against. So smart strategy. Makes it so Cloud9 can now play, I would say, in 4-5 on their red side. Something a lot more carry-oriented to deal with the Ornn top lane. So expect Fudge to get something like Camille, Fiora. That's what I want to see personally, especially now that Brahm's been picked by TSM. They're lacking hard CC.
I'd love to see that Camille coming out. We do know it's something Fudge will take towards the top lane within the recent weeks of week 7, 8, 9 in the spring split. You saw that from him. Very versatile in the lane. So look at the bot lane bans there. So bot lane is going to get locked in. It's going to be an Ezreal Braum. Super safe lane.
I want to see if Cloud9 goes towards the Yuumi pick on 3. Yeah. Yeah, it's the trap. No one wants to play the Yuumi or play against the Yuumi. That's the problem. If you're in red side and you have counter pick for support, and you're a team on blue side and you just pick Braum, you're just gonna deal with Yuumi, and it's so disgusting to play against, especially Yuumi Jarvan. So Cloud9's team fighting already on their first 3 picks is strong.
What are they protected with? Let's see. What would you ban then against the C9 comp? Anything you think Palafox would go on? Maybe the LeBlanc has gotten into your brain, but do you waste a ban on the LeBlanc?
It's really tough to say. I think LeBlanc is pretty good. Just because, in general, having Yuumi with an assassin pick on side lane is also a pretty good option.
Right.
But I think if you're Dokla must be calling for a lot of these top lane bruisers to be banned out. Aatrox is a really good ban. I didn't think about it. Aatrox is not only just a strong blind pick or a strong counter pick into the Ornn, but Aatrox Yuumi in teamfights is disgusting. With ultimate, having, yes, the sustain on Aatrox already is disgusting to play against with Death's Dance. But then you add Yuumi on top of that, and he's unkillable. So, good ban being levied. I don't know exactly what they would go for another ban. GP is usually something you don't want to play against, but I think GP Yuumi is a little bit too passive going into later games, team fights. So we'll see. All right, GP's been left open. It's good to see from TSM. I will say, though, if GP does get picked off, even though it's hard to pick fights, that's a Cataclysm coming in from J4 with a GP ultimate and then just Yuumi ultimate. In terms of wombo combo, that's the womboest of combos.
You think you could go?
We'll see if that's something that Fudge would
You go
want.
GP here with an Elise, or would that not work for the side of TSM?
It wouldn't work. Oh, you mean from TSM side? You could, if you go Elise, then you would need something more of a hard carry through mid.
True.
Because yeah,
That's a good
I would say put the Ornn top lane. You had already levied bans towards it. Syndra, I think is Syndra's banned. LeBlanc's banned too. I guess Azir might be the go-to. You might want to go towards a control mage in the mid lane. So, especially if you have Trundle being picked out, then it makes it so TSM has a pretty stock standard front to back team fight comp.
Sound nice. I like the silence coming in here. We'll see. He's got some pretty sweet ultimates to steal throughout this game too. So we'll have to figure out what Palafox can put down with those. And picking for the last. What is it going to be? 10 seconds on lane. Oh, the cast gets locked in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a party after level 6 if Palafox can get out free.
I love this because when you pick out Sylas, a lot of the times in NA and Europe, you think Sylas as a mid lane.
Absolutely. I mean, I did. I assumed there. Eating crow.
In the LPL, you've been seeing so much Sylas into Ornn. It's not a strong lane, but you can always respond to Ornn roams. You're actually like, especially in the laning phase, Sylas can at least contest the wave pretty easily. Like, you're not going to be in dive range, and Honori is going to be playing towards top side anyways. He's not too concerned about being, his top laner being bullied and put on an island. So now you have Ornn ultimate ready for team fights with the Yuumi ultimate. So I think that team fights are going to be so easy to play out for C9 side.
Well, we are locked in, the champions already, and so are the players for game number 3. We're going to take our quick 5-minute break to preserve competitive integrity, and then we will be back with the game as it is played. Raz and I will be casting live. We'll see you back here in a minute. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 2020 Spring Academy Playoffs. I'm Riv, that's Raz, as usual, and we are ready to get into our next game. I hope you're ready. I'm ready. Raz, this is getting pretty spicy, and I think we could be going to a Game 5.
Yep. This is where you start dipping into a lot of the strats you've been doing in scrims, which I love to see, right? We wanted to see if teams would get challenged and would have to dig in, and we're seeing that from Cloud9.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to see what they have for each other in the next game, because will it be a switch up of the compositions and how quick they're getting around the map? Not a switch up the composition, I'd say. That's weird. We're already through Champion Select, but going for Rift Herald faster, switching to go for a Drake. Which one's going to influence our map this time? We've had two Cloud RNGs. Is it going to be different and cause our teams to want to fight for it more to that final soul point?
A lot of the times after games like what we've just seen, you'll see players or coaching staff tell the team to be a lot more calmer, right? Because the adrenaline was starting to run up high in the last game, and you were starting to see teams make really bad errors when they had advantages in fights. Like TSM had a huge lead, like we already talked about, and then threw it away. And Cloud9, in the middle portions of the game when they were starting to claw their way back in, actually threw a team fight when they tried to dive in one more time when they already had 2 kills, right? So like these kind of things that we've seen throughout a game that will start building up in a series, you need to start tempering that and playing smarter as the games go longer. You start getting drained a little bit more, to keep up in top form.
Oh, just already seeing the Cassid and Yuumi gives me nightmares from previous games I've played. That's level 1 and they're already trying to make things happen. Oh, you love it and you hate to see it. We'll see here coming into Game 3 how this works out for both teams, as we did get those comps swapped up. And I definitely agree with you. I'm excited to see how it plays out fully. Who's going to start? Ooh, this is the first time we've got a little bit of trickery here in the early part of the game, and they're going instantly for it. So Fudge is going to see this on his way back up. He says, oh, that's cool. Not much I can do about it.
You should just
enjoy.
Yeah,
exactly. Not much I can do about it. Enjoy.
If he was another champion that had any range, he would try and bully them a little bit, but he's a Silas. He literally has nothing. So it's good information, at least, for Inori to just go for a split map. It's not good for the Cloud9 to have a split map situation. They want to keep the lanes as even as possible and make it a slower paced game. They can't dive bottom lane because Yuumi just doesn't help you at all, so they can't really get the maximum. And now Spica is on the wrong side of the map.
First hit, steals his damage, gets that rabid bite out, and now can he pull Azir down? As that lane's already been pushed a little bit, they're not going to worry about it. The resulting fight could be dangerous and lose the summoners you don't want to early. But that Halo Blaze is here in the mid lane, probably giving Palafox a little hell here late in the game, as Fudge and Dokla going at it in their first engagement.
Look at the minimap, though.
They're going still.
This Trundle ain't stopping.
He is a troll.
He is looking to chase down Inori and then take away his buff. The only problem is, I think Diamond and King are in position to follow. No. Actually, they're being held down by Treats and Lost. And although we're seeing the smackdown happen top lane, wait a minute, he's also going to die.
Whoa, to the turn!
Oh
Chain
my
Blast
God!
Gets him down with the last one. I was also hesitant on it as well. Probably just a walkout. Doesn't need much. But first blood solo kill for Fudge on the top side, taking down Dokla. And this is the one we kind of mentioned, Raz. Like, they're not going to be zeroing each other out in lane, but get you there, Fudge.
Yeah,
comes up big.
I'm never going to question the observers again. They knew where the action was going to happen. Fudge got the level advantage and knew he had kill order. Now, even though the flash came through from Dokla to get away from, the E, the chain, the upsgun abduct, he still had the damage on his Q that was coming back off cooldown. So really well done by Fudge, who I think right now is, performing the best of top laners right now in the academy.
Absolutely. And to see how quick that play happened, but how kind of slow he played it, right? He got in, he flashed, even a fight down here, and he threaded that auto before his chain lash. And a lot of times you could just be smashing your buttons, everything. There was method to the madness for him. So really nice, clean play that Conqueror early, keeping him in there with the damage and starting to deliver it.
So, to expand a little bit more, because I really wanted to see Spica stay topside. Okay. When they went for an early invade, the late invade, they, made it so they knew Inori was starting towards his own blue buff. But then they tried to challenge Inori when he tried to come in for his own red. And that broke up what was the pressure that Fudge was feeling early. If they had just split the side of the map, King and Diamond could not dive bot lane. Treats and Lost would be safe under turret. And Fudge would have to be playing safe topside or he would get ganked by Spica. So, unfortunately, Spica goes bot side and challenges Inori. Inori plays it safe. He's a J4. It doesn't even matter if he's behind in levels. And Fudge found that opportunity. Saw Spica chasing down and knew that he had the chance to go on Dokla.
Where's the time? He's feeling it. That's a lot of...
He's pretty low.
He took a little bit of a gain there as he has the Corrupting Potion on, and now he's getting quite a bit of damage. Can't deny the kill. Yes, he can. The flash from Speak is still up, and they're able to get the kill back onto Fudge. A beautiful trade there. Good job to get the participation to Dokla. He has been such a pivotal player in this series. That's going to be the Drake going over. Ocean's going to start it. Let's hope we get Cloud next. So Cloud is now our Drake of the Rift.
Yeah, I want to see that. If we have either Infernal or Mountain Dragons to be the one that you'd have to be fighting for Soul Point. I've gotten annoyed of seeing... There we go. I hate Cloud Soul. It stops teams from trying to fight, trying to scrap.
That's what we want here.
So now you gotta... Yeah, you got something to play to.
Scrap to the max. That's what we want to see. Also have to keep a note on this mid lane. It may not see too much love in the beginning, just so Cloud9 doesn't chance Palafox going down in an erroneous fight. If Cassidy can get through this nice and fine, you are a happy Cassidy as you get to your side lane, as long as you have that item or an item. 6 minutes on the clock here, and not too much action has gone down except for what's up in the top lane. And right now the junglers have backed off of there. Solo kill for Fudge, just to remember, and we just saw that gank onto Fudge himself. So a little bit of rebuttal coming in as the teams pan out and see what they want to do next. Bot lane, back to lane. Lost favoring the damage as Sheen purchased first against King's BF sword.
One thing to watch out for is going to be the Rift Herald fight that will come up. Because Fudge getting dove, looks like they're actually going to set up on Spica here.
Uh-oh. Can't even subjugate, not level 6, and that is an instant takedown onto Spica as well. An assist there. This is great, right? Palafox has an easy lane, can pick up a few extra things. I really have my eyes on this Cassidy for how much he can just wreck a late game with that Yuumi. They haven't been close yet, but it's a combination later.
Yeah, you don't want to make any more mistakes if you're TSM side. Spica thought he was free to do that, thinking that Evolved had pushed in the wave already, or that, you know, he wasn't in too much danger. But Fudge was just right there, but now we're seeing a trade bot lane.
Beautiful job by Treats to set this one up. He may not have the hooks, but he is getting the Frostbite down into the rest of C9. Total teleport coming in. It's Palafox on one side trying to get the damage down, but he kind of resorts to being out of the fight immediately. Also wants to draw attention. You're the Chaos with Cassidy. And that is going to be a kill top side. I believe they might get the solo back there as Fudge gets a taste of his own medicine. We didn't really see anybody else trying to participate on that one, and Dokla comes up big even when he's taken down.
I love both of these top lanes, man.
So
when they know they're free, when they know they can just scrap, they're going for it. This game has been moving at such a fast pace that it's hard to talk about the next objective because the objective's just been kills, right? Fudge getting dove early put him in a bad position. Doesn't have TP, so if the team tries to push for a Rift Herald, that he would be there slower, his team wouldn't be able to get it on time. Like, that's what I was worried about. But he's just been skirmishing. He used his ultimate to get the kill on Spica. So Dokla says, I have an ultimate advantage. I can get this kill pretty freely. They kind of expected it to be Spica coming in and helping out a little bit more, but Dokla just got the free kill. And take a look at this now.
Nice job. Dodge and the Searing Charge. And Nori says, here, take this, fish in a barrel. And Evolved with the shuffle is going to miss on that one. Tripped himself up a little bit, but Inori does not look like he has a safe way out of this. If he does, that's amazing. And that might have been that Q that just missed. Over the wall goes Lost. Palafox is going to be here. Tries to get in the wave. A Mystic Shot. Body block. Palafox. What a broman. Inori stays alive. Here's Diamond from the rotation up the river. And what an escape from Inori and team.
Yeah, TSM's going to be beating themselves up because of the missed execution. But Inori took that opportunity and ran with it. So good on him to still keep alive after all of that.
Uh-oh. Fudge knows he can check, but didn't question if he should. He still gets out alive on that one with a quick dash through the pillar. TSM doing a good job at trying to control the map. They're going to throw this down top immediately. If they can get this damage onto the turret just below or to that second plate, they're good to go, and they might be able to get quite a bit of damage on here. Will the demolish happen? Got it. Turret's down.
Got him. Yeah, and Fudge just doesn't have his ultimate and much mana to his name either. So remember, we said that this game needed to be a lot more slower from C9's perspective, but now Fudge has been bleeding out pretty easily up top side. So it's just going to be hard for now Cloud9 to take any fights unless a mistake happens from TSM.
Neither team is kind of letting something play out the way you think it would. And let me explain, right? Fudge gets that top lane kill. You're like, we might not want to go back to that. He's strong now. No, we attack that and we take him down. Oh, there's a solo kill from Fudge. Dokla might have trouble. Oh, wait, Dokla just solo killed Fudge back. Like, they are just pressuring each other into situations neither are expecting, and they're both getting the upper hand, which is what's making it so great. You look at one fight and you're like, all right, they won't fight. There's another one on the top side of the map. Action-packed series, just what we wanted. And again, as we finish out that talking real, it's going to be onto the bot lane. There's the pillar onto King. Flashes down on this one, but he does have the barrier just for a moment to breathe, to blink. And there's the auto attack from Lost. The True Shot Barrage whizzes by just for taste.
Yeah, Yuumi was thinking if it was winnable, like that they can try and kite back a little longer. J4 was coming along the right. They had sums coming up from Yuumi too, so heal was going to be up in about 20 more seconds, and exhaust was just coming up, so it was close, but not close enough. TSM still gets a nice gank coming bot lane.
Mountain or Infernal?
Able to pick up the FLICKR Dragon. Mountain.
Ooh.
Oh, all right. I'm
So
not
close.
No more bets for me.
Infernal will blaze. It is on to the Rift, and we see it changing right now. So somebody has quite a bit of damage to pick up, and we'll see if that really benefits the Kassadin team or the Azir team. Both can benefit from that, obviously. It's how much they're going to fight for it. 1,000 gold lead in favor of TSM as they methodically work this map and have spread their kills out quite a bit. We saw kills on one member kind of being the fault of last game for TSM. Evolved was 3-0 on the Zoe. As soon as he went down, DPS disappeared from the fight. Here, Fudge has a bit of that damage. Hopefully the rest of the team can pick it up. We're not too much of it in a zone yet where it's creating a problem, as the map hasn't opened up too much. But we'll see what TSM does with their lead from here as a grabs blue.
Yeah, ideally the way Cloud9 would want the map state to be, as Palafox is just getting pummeled here, but he has some sustain for himself. Get Palafox bot lane, get Silas up top, try and make it so Azir has to respond to someone on a side lane. It's pretty similar to what Cloud9 was trying to do in game 1, but at least once again they have team fight power. You know, J4 is going to be unexpectedly tanky with Yuumi on top, and so they can just go for flanks for days. It's going to be tough for Evolve to really play out a front-to-back team fight ordinarily, but it just depends. It depends. TSM wants to force this fight too. It might just start up in the red side.
Got a rotation from Braum already. Depending on how long this fight goes, it might be TSM getting the upper hand here. They know bots rotating as well. Misfortune and Yuumi just behind the Braum. Who do you think is going to get there faster? I don't think we have to ask that question even. So it's pinged off. TSM says we have control of mid. Let's try to get these plates down.
Yeah, so Dokla was able to steal out red buff, and now they're just trying to get... Oh, here we go.
Palafox with the mind games. He baits out an auto attack on Spica under the turret, takes turret damage, and Spica has no way to live after that one. Cloud9 just getting the tiny plays that TSM makes the error on, and they're going to pick up 2 kills off of that one. Palafox getting going, as well as Inori.
That's the risk of looking for a dive on a Kassadin, because they were able to counter it. King and Diamond were able to rush up from bottom lane to match it. TSM were in a good position there. I mean, they stole red buff, they had vision topside, and they were going to be chipping down mid lane turret. It's just they got a little bit too greedy.
Very much so. I think it's a great way to put it, Raz. Especially, you mentioned it, for the Kassadin, right? It's already going to be so slippery to take down as soon as you hit him with any damage, and then you're taking aggro. Bot lane, King and Lost, back and forth. He's staying way off anything that could be a double up, which is those front 2 minions. And he'll just continue to farm it out, let this push in. 133 to 114 on that bot side. Not terrible. As an Ezreal, you hope to grab everything, but there will be a few you miss in fights. So good damage coming through as long as he can get that mana immune and Mirror mana quite fast. Boom. Upgraded.
There's a lot of sustain from Cloud9's side. So I would like to see an Executioners for Lost or... yeah, I would like to see an Executioners. I think that would be fine. He's going to be hitting frontliners anyways, so like Inori is going to be the first one getting hit in fights. So just having that health cut would be really nice to stop Diamond from having too much of an impact once fight starts going around. So that's something that I would like to see. It makes it easier for TSM to go for the fights that they've been wanting.
So for now, it seems that they will keep Yuumi on King. Smart move, because then he has more transition to the rest of the map. He's not really Palafox's assassin buddy just yet. Once they push up and they can start working through enemies' kind of turret areas and roaming through the jungle, you'll start to see a bit more of that vision slowly encroaching here from TSM. Looks like they're not able to get past those pink wards just yet, but knowing Cloud9 is going to have to work with a bit of fog of war around them makes it count. Diamond gets caught out here, and he instantly gets yanked off of King to be taken down. And Nori trying to finish out the kill. Treat should be one more shot for King. King no mana, so he's only got the auto attack, but that's all you need is the misfortune as she loads up the blunderbusters and crushes him down. This is going to be bad, though. Nice Shurima Shuffle coming in for King, and he is just positioning beautifully as Palafox picks up another one. So many things happening for C9 on this fight as TSM just get thrown into chaos.
That was tough. TSM had a really good window there. They saw Yuumi, detached, CC'd up, not able to just reattach onto King, and they thought it would be a nice pick and back away. Take a look at it, because instantly isolated, Yuumi was going to die here, what seemed like for free, but it was Inori that responded with a kill on top of Treats, and the teleport that punished them. So it's tough, because a lot of teams will look at that opportunity and say, yeah, we'll go for the pick again, because it should be free. But if you look at the map state, TSM could have gotten a dragon because Kassadin was locked on top lane turret. So it's a tough one, but Cloud9 was able to respond perfectly and punish what TSM was going for.
Absolutely. What a fight there. Also seeing they were able to just take down Diamond almost immediately was pretty interesting, not seeing the final chapter come out. I was like, wait, did he get taken down mid? And it just seems like they're able to get the Winter's Bite on quick enough. So you do have to worry about the attack, but you also have to worry about the rebuttal as TSM figures out after that fight. They are going to be able to get themselves over to Infernal. That feels good. A bit more damage under their belt as it's now 2-0 away from Soul this game. And the Rift has already been scorched. Proto Belt for Fudge. Core items coming out as that Rod of Ages stacks up now with the Lost Chapter, keeping Palafox full of mana so he can rift around his opponents and keep these fights going. Diamond's already got the Athene, so he's going to be getting those impact heals in as he can dish out the damage too.
All right, they had positioning through mid, but you can see from the teleport coming in, TSM wants to fight for this one. So Cloud9, they should play it slow. Let's see if they want to take this fight.
Decent positioning, a level 10 to a level 9 as Inori has that higher smite. And it's the ultimate of Fudge having Subjugate from Trundle. Shurima Shuffle back, eyes around to Palafox, and Treats and the rest of the team in the middle of the fight are going down, and wow, Evolve goes down immediately after trying to set up the Emperor's Divide in the fight. Big damage going over onto King, and he's going to fall as Inori is just a sliver of health from going away. That's their focus on the side of TSM, but the health bars of C9 just winning right now to TSM. If Lost can start to deliver out the damage, that might change, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be too little too late, and that's a big fight for Cloud9.
That's the sustain winning out. At first, I thought that was a good fight for TSM. Same. They had a great advantage point from Lost, who was poking from behind the wall and had access to the backline. So I was like, okay, good positioning. But the sustain came through from C9. Just take a look at the beginning parts of it. And look at how Ezreal was able to impact the fight from the very beginning. Because right when the Rift Herald goes down, he knew that he had an ability to poke Inori and MF from the backside. But if you look at what Evolve was able to do, instantly was able to at least have some impact grouping them up. And so sustain comes through from Yuumi, heals Palafox a little bit more too. Inori was lasting a lot, was alive for pretty damn long. So that's the frustrating part about dealing with any Yuumi composition.
Shut down. Oh, onto the Kassadin now. You can count it. Count Kassadin 4, 0, and 6 on that spoopy skin. A 450 gold bounty. We knew it would be treacherous if he made it out of laning phase without really getting some pressure. And Palafox is starting to turn it on. And the LeBlanc player also gets the Azir in his hands. It got a great Azir. And Kassadin, he is a showman when it comes to making these plays, stepping up to a team already in the face of Treats. Beautiful dodge out on the Winter's Bite, and this is going to result in a fight Ornhorn just missing, and that final chapter is going to lock down Speak as the bullet time comes across the team. It seems a little disjointed in where the initiation is going, but the result's going to be the same here as Cloud9 get the Cataclysm in onto TSM. They're going to be losing members on both sides for the Retribution kills, but it seems like C9 can keep pushing forward. They have a few that could die as sentries and still have an advantage in the mid lane.
Every time TSM is trying for a siege, they get punished instantly, and Nori is there watching. And so, what do you do as the game just slips away from you?
And it's these moments where Palafox can almost dangle the bait out there, right? Saying engage, engage, grabs it, and then the team gets to look at TSM without Ornhorn as they're walking around discombobulated.
So this is resulting from the draft when, as a team, TSM is trying to punish any of the mistakes Cloud9 throws their way. Palafox Rift walks into you, so you should be able to punish him.
Exactly.
But he sustains back out. Rifts walk back. They're able to re-engage, and the only reason why these kills are being answered to by TSM is because Cloud9 walks too far in, right? The Syl is fishing in for another kill or something. So this is TSM now getting frustrated. Their comp just simply cannot get a kill, cannot latch onto a specific carry from Cloud9.
Everybody's so fast. Everybody's so healed. You have the Athenes on that, bringing more heals. 12 stacks on the Magi, so even more powerful sustain coming through. Exhaust there as well if you do find a way to one of the opponents. Diamond doesn't want you on. And yeah, like you said, it's so hard to get a kill. They might even be able to start putting a few bits of that, just more death mitigation, Quicksilver Sashes and whatnot here. But with the money they have, I think finishing those core items is the first thing on their mind. They're feeling good. Cloud9 is running away with this one so far. TSM, they've been in this position before, and they did find the win over C9 in Game 1. Here in Game 3, 15-8, 21.5 minutes in. We have Baron up and our next Infernal.
TSM's going to have to start fighting for this. If TSM can steal, then they're at soul point, so they want to see if they can get something.
Oh, that would have been a huge searing charge. Fudge is going to take an idea out of that one. Looks like an Ornhorn will come across. That is TSM's. Fudge is going to be locked in as he gets himself to safety. The bullet time doing thousands of damage. A double kill coming in. King absolutely saying, crown me after that one, is another double kill picked up here by Palafox. One more kill on Dokla is going to be coming through. Who will finish it off? And will we get that full house? Yes, it will. Palafox is over Kings, the triple and the double, as Cloud9 come up with another ace.
Once again, they tried for a pick on a Kassadin. He rifts, walks away, and the chase down is punishing from Cloud9.
It seems like it just took a few games of calibration. We talked about how Cloud9 did have the break. They had bunches of homework to look through, but if you weren't taking the tests and applying yourself, sometimes it's a bit hard the first few games, and it looks like they are right back to riding that bike as they know how.
Ooh.
Good teleport in.
I like this, but they might lose. Yeah, they'll die for this. Like, if they don't die for this, that'll be the greatest heist. Get out of here! Scram!
Fudge? Fudge, you didn't want that at all, but did they? The team comes in. He actually has the Glacial Fisher to come out, and he's like, no, this is me. I can get out on my own. I apologize. It doesn't look like the team wanted that. But the thing is, Raz, it looked like Cloud9 would have helped him anyways.
Yeah, I mean, look, they got soul point now. If TSM ever is able to get anything off of C9, they have Infernal Dragon. At least that's the silver lining. Off of all the errors that's been happening this game, 20-8 kill, like, goal lead in favor of C9. C9 just has to mess up once.
It's true. And could this be it? Fudge is going to go down. Now, we have a lot of time, 4 minutes. It's not going to be a 4-minute death.
Does that count as one?
4-minute death timer. I'd say it counts as like a portion of one, because they do have the map pushed forward quite a bit, that they have a few ones to work with.
All right, it's like a half a one, maybe a quarter. We need another one to happen before we can start feeling confident in TSM. And also, it's just not at the right time. You know, Dragon is about 3 minutes off, and you got to deal with Baron here. So
exactly, it could be the one though, Baron, that one. 7-1 and 8. Speaking of ones for Palafox, going down once. We saw it in that mid lane fight as they continue to dive under the turret. Looking at teleports to see who can get around the map. Most are down, so we'll see everybody really apparent in these fights to start off. No tricky teleports to get in. And Palafox behind enemy lines here. He's safe, though.
He should be fine. Yeah. He does have his ultimate. He doesn't have any information, though, so it's more of a, yeah, there we go. Playing respectfully, please.
And he walks right back.
We didn't get the chance to talk about it throughout the game, about like the efficiency or like what Silas can do with the ultimate. So I know we talked about Dokla ultimate with Ornn, but also he's been primarily using it for Trundle ultimates as well. Like the Trundle ultimate makes it so much easier for C9 to just burst the champion if it's not the Ornn. But looks like they found a pick on it.
But Nori wants the 3-man Cataclysm. That's going to be the bullet time over. Beautiful. Unbreakable is going to stop it. And that's not even going to be final chapter going through. So this is Cloud9 working without 2 big ultimates. And you see a difference in the members of TSM staying up. But then the resets come through. The Yuumi comes through. Palafox is there over the wall, possibly taking out Dokla. He squeezes himself out. Palafox, one more rift walk forward. Stopwatch under the turret aggro, and he's going to let the rest of the team take that pie to the faces. It's a 1-2, almost 3. Palafox gets enough heal here from Diamond, but it is just the going through turrets, going through the team. There's nothing that is stopping Cloud9 or changing their mind right now.
It's impossible, man. TSM can't get him off him. Like the Azir ultimate to push him away. They realize, oh, that's not going to be enough. Ain't going to be enough. Let's get over the wall. Oh, he just ulted over the wall.
Glacial Fissure, not going to be enough. Horn, not going to be enough.
It's never enough. This is disgusting to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty gross here from Cloud9, especially as we said, the kind of increase in play they've had from game to game, figuring out their opponent as well as getting that warmth back into their fingers and remembering what to do on the Rift. We'll see it again here one more time.
J4 Pop Stone Plate lasts alive for far too long, and it allows King to get a full rotation of his own MF ulti. The moment that happens, it's easy for Palafox to just clean up. Take a look at this. You ain't getting away from me. Ain't happening. Evolve, you over the wall? Well, I'm over you. Like, it's disgusting to watch.
Oh,
and you would think that he would run out of mana at some point, but not at all. The guy is actually just constantly resetting mana off these kills.
Right? Yeah, usually you'll see him. It's like he's playing Earth mode over here on Kassadin. 25-12, our biggest difference within the series. And the big question is, will TSM be able to shake this off? Barring game not over just yet, crazy things can happen. They do have Soul Point, and they're going to be able to pressure for that if they have a bit of map control. It seems like it's going to be tough in 40 seconds, but the summoners are up, a few of the teleports are up, and ways to get into that fight are up. And do they chance it for what could just be one Drake for Cloud9?
Yeah, it's I mean, TSM wants something back in, and I think the Infernal Dragon has always been the goal here. That's what when they cheated it out last time. That was literally their one win condition. So most teams, you're right, would just say, just give it to them. We just need to find another way to slow the game down.
Yeah.
But I don't think TSM is looking at this thinking that they have another way into this game, because team fights nowhere near in their favor. Because every single time they feel like they can get a pick on Inori, Stone Plate stops them. And also, maybe they'll get a pick off King, but King's been really, responsible when his flash is down. So
super slippery.
We'll see.
Especially if he has Diamond. If his flash is down, he does step forward. Diamond is just playing this mini game perfectly of who to save, where to be, and I'm sure they're not all calling, hey, I need your help. It's just up to Diamond, up to his support to provide everything in the right spot. Looking at TSM as well, stats coming through from Ornn upgrades, so you're going to be seeing that damage in a fight be applied here with a bit of their Infernal Drakes. So every little bit helps. Sundisk passive for Azir is going to go out here in the mid lane so they can start to, again, set up base a little bit further out. So the fights that Cloud9 may win aren't right on TSM's doorstep.
Hey, TP coming in. They want to contest for this next wave. Baron's up, so if they can actually get mid lane push here, they will instantly start on Baron. They actually have a lot of burn from Azir. But C9's not going to let them.
Almost another triple Cataclysm. The team's going to get out. King's actually not using the bullet time just yet. He's waiting to see if that wall will come up. And a good kill from Dokla onto Inori may change Cloud9's mind. Remember, Cloud9 taking these fights thinking, yeah, TSM's been folding over. They're not really able to do anything. But that fight stop right there that stalled C9 from getting any kills slowly changes their mind. Obviously, this is Sundisk in the middle. They're not just approaching a turret to dive. But Raz, it doesn't seem like they are giving much respect. Even with a member down, they know they're stronger.
Yeah, C9 is just stat checking at this point because J4 is just, for the last few fights, has been surviving long enough for, members of TSM to be chunked. That last fight didn't have much follow-up, and on top of that, I think Braum did a good enough job to block.
Yeah.
So, still, even in that situation, map state doesn't change. TSM still can't push up vision, and Baron now can be started by Cloud9. So TSM needs something a little bit more drastic, and now they don't have ultimates from Dokla to look to fight that.
Full stack Yuumi on that Mage Eyes with an Ardent Sensor now. Talking about stats that TSM is getting, when this Yuumi jumps to you, you're basically just through the roof juggernaut. And right now, keep an eye on who he's hanging. Over onto Palafox. Should be safe for now. Gets over the Trundle Pillar as the Ornhorn comes back across. A lot of damage going now into Treats as he gets himself out alive. Bullet time's down, and that Unbreakable's down. So a lot of the damage is going to be the follow-through now. Nice Emperor's Divide back, but TSM's doing everything reactively here. They're not able to engage. They're not able to call the start of the fight or the rebuttal in the fight, and C9 will chase them out of their own jungle.
You know how hopeless it is when you stare straight at a Kassadin who's looking at 4 members of you, and you can't do a damn thing to stop him?
And then his rift was even out of arm's reach, just in arm's reach.
Yeah, and he had to flash away, but he was still fine because he was setting up the fight with the Yuumi ultimate. So Palafox can do whatever he wants this game.
Watching things like that reminds me of old Soraka. Running out of like a Wraith camp, it would have been at the time, or the Wolf camp, and just healing herself for that quick 90 million armor, and then you fight her and end up losing the fight. It's like, that's what we're watching, right? You should be able to kill this squishy guy, stays alive, and then comes back to kill you even more.
As the game gets older, I tend to forget a lot about the remakes on Champions. Like, I would have to remind myself that, Sion used to, like, you can just build him full AP and then stun somebody and blow him up.
Cryptic
like his old
gaze
model.
kills, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I would have to remind myself that these champions used to exist.
I love
that Sion wasn't just a huge, so that's been the realization every single time I'd go through YouTube.
That old alt Soul Siphon, you just stay at, like, you're good.
And he had the Arnold Schwarzenegger voiceover. It's great.
It was good. It was good. Bonehead. Yeah, he was a fun one to play.
Get to the Joppa.
26-13. A doubling of the kills here on the Rift, 39 altogether. So we got more than a kill a minute in this game. Like we said, coming into this game, we thought Blood9. That's what they called this game. Cloud9 smelled blood in the water. And this game, they are just splashing around in their opponents. I don't know if that's weird. 30 seconds on the next Drake. And it is going to be Cloud9's, it seems, as they have TSM pushed up all the way to their base.
What? They sent 5 people the whole bot lane when topside is getting ravaged. Like, the minions are doing their job up topside, and they're still doing it, by the way. They're pummeling the inhibitor. Fight has to happen now. TSM, let's do something.
Ooh. Ram says, I'm out of here. Good luck, team. TSM's going to try to keep this one in the base. Sundisk is up in the mid lane to protect the inhibitor. King, top lane with Yuumi. Diamond and King are going to stick together here as that duo lane as they take top inhibitor down. And the 1-3-1, the 2-2-1 continues here for C9.
Yeah, they're just working with minions, as you should be. Now Palafox has room to walk up either to take inhibitor, which he's doing, or he'd come in at a flank. He really has the world as his oyster.
Yeah, absolutely. Shining it up, making it look as pretty as he wants until you need to turn away. And then find more oyster.
Okay.
Goes back in right as soon as he turns away from death. He says, just kidding. I'm right here. Final chapter going across 2 members. That's going to lock down TSM. And there's a Cataclysm coming in from a Nori. Starting to deliver that damage from the jungle. They're not going to be able to do much here as the Nexus turret's now in the eyes of Cloud9. 4 members of TSM are standing tall, but still trying to heal a bit on the fountain. And we're 34 minutes into this one. Cloud9 trying to put all the pressure on and show that this pace of the game has been different from the rest of the series. They're going to be onto the Nexus, and Cloud9 will take TSM to game point after losing game 1.
Man, It was a 34-minute game, but it felt like it was 20.
Yep.
Like, that game felt so out of the grasp of TSM for some time. And this is what I wanted to see, man. Give me a 5-game series, please. The adaptation from both TSM and Cloud9 have been spectacular to this series. This time around, you know, Cloud9's gone back into the idea of, yeah, we're still team fighting for sure, but we are playing to our strong solo laners. This was a great game for Palafox once again, and Fudge has been eating it up. I think those have been the players who've been, to me, the most impactful of the series for Cloud9.
Agreed. You know, we came in here thinking about that bot lane and what they were going to do and how Treats and Lost would match up, who are also a fantastic bot lane. But it seems like even Cloud9 flipped that script and said, it's a focus top. A lot of our bot finds bans anyways. So, I mean, you got the LeBlanc, the Cassidy out of Palafox. They were ready. They were ready to bring out some sauce, and it's been pretty cool from the team. We are going to take a quick break before we come back for Game 4, which is game point for Cloud9 Academy as they face off against TSM Academy in our 2020 Spring Academy playoffs. Don't go anywhere.